Yo, what's happening everybody? King GBL here and welcome back to a brand new Go Battle League video. Today I'm going to be showcasing some really fun battles with Skarmory. Skarmory is an absolute tank in this cup. I did not realise how good this was, and I actually got super lucky. During Go Battle Day, well, that was like the only good thing in Go Battle Day to be fair. I managed to get a PvP IV Skarmory just from the rewards, and we get Acid Spread right here. It's a good thing I didn't shield that. I've obviously no reason to shield anything from Escavalier anyway, which is one of the amazing things about this Pokemon. It's a steel type in the meta that handles all of the other steel types basically. You're going to see me absolutely nuke mobiles and absolutely, I'm trying not to spoil it too much, but we're going to do some nuking today folks. As you can see in the thumbnail, we've got a big nuke cloud in the background. I'll probably put the title as that too. We do absolutely nuke with this Pokemon and it was just honestly super fun. We're up 2 shields in this game. If you're going to see like these battles, I dropped a ton of elo because I was lagging and disconnecting and honestly getting really tilted in Go Battle Day and playing terribly. So these battles are a little bit in the sort of like 2100s or whatever. So you're going to see like maybe some weird plays and stuff here and there, but overall I think I played this team very well. And as you've seen from this first match, you know, we got a Lapras lead, which is a negative lead for Whiscash. But if you just basically dip into your Skarmory, that's pretty much the play with this team, and we just completely destroy that Berserker. Once again, you're going to see this, look, boom, dip, just get out of there, get out, get into your Skarmory. And at this point, I'm thinking, I could actually build the whole way up, the opponent's staying in here. Let's see if we can actually nuke this Lapras. In comes Skarmory, and this is where having Flash Cannon is actually really good. Have a look at this, it does more damage than the Sky Attack, and we're already super low, but we've got the opposing Skarmory very low. Of course they are a Shadow, and we can actually eat a Sky Attack here, and pretend, okay, actually no we can't because it's a Shadow, but we can get off another move, which is fantastic. And we've got them super low, look at that, like, we got the Lapras like decently down in health, and we can just basically counter down the opposing Skarmory. I actually let this go, which is a mistake. look how much damage that does. And that's what I mean about Skarmory. Lucario and Escavalier are both like half weak to flying, you know, if you think about Bug and... oh, we get off the drill one, which is perfect. If you think about Bug and fighting, it's weak to flying, so it's neutral damage. Oh, the opponent lets that go. I'm not sure why they let that go. Boom, I guess, you know, there's a little boomer for you there. But, yeah, this is looking very good now at this point. In a 2 shield scenario, like, we should be absolutely fine here, and we will be able to just basically outpace the Mud Bombs and just start spamming these off. So that's what I like to do with this team, guys. I actually really highly recommend trying this out. It is a really good team. Escavalier is amazing at closing games out. Of course, you're just going to see a ton of Laprases, and, you know, opposing like Lucarios and other Pokemon in the meta that can be handled by that. You'll see some like grass types and everything. This is a really good Pokemon for that. I decided to come in here and get off that counter just to make sure that the opponent is low enough and that they can't get off a move or whatever. So yeah, the Mud Bomb takes out, and that's a good game. Of course, we would win CMP there anyway. Lapras is just super bulky. So the editing in this video, guys, I've just kind of like cut a lot of battles down. I done all 25 battles with this yesterday, and I went, guys, spoiler alert, just like don't listen if you want to hear if you don't want to hear the result, right? Because I know some people like to hear that, like to watch and see the result at the end. But I've cut out a lot of the losses, and spoiler alert, we went 18, 6 losses and 1 draw with this team, which is amazing. And as you guys can see here, we're just absolutely ripping through this Escavalier. Skarmory, it just has so much neutral play, and you guys are going to see a little bit later on in the video, matches against Mawile, matches against Frostlass. We're going for the big Flash Cannon. Can we land the Flash Cannon on this? Okay, no. Why do Lapras always shield? You're super bulky, bro, just let things go. Let things go. I guess they thought a Brave Bird would have done a lot of damage, because I don't think anybody's really running Flash Cannon on this, but we're pretty happy with this at this point. We can come in and counter down. I'm going to try to save a shield, because they do have another Pokemon in the back, and I don't want to let them get to another Surf here, so I'm happy enough just to fire off a move. The opponent does let it go, and yeah, it's Lucario. This is basically a wrap right here. We'll just keep a little bit of health on the Escavalier just in case in the back, but this should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, the opponent top lefts, and GG's there. Yeah, so the synergy of this team works really well. If you think about what handles your back 2 Pokemon, it's basically going to be fire types, and Whiscash is like the best answer. And the Lapras is actually staying in here for a little bit, so we can eat a Surf no problem. Look at this damage, it's not that much at all. And in comes a Frostlass. We're gonna go for the big Flash Cannon, ladies and gents. Are you ready for the cannon? Will the opponent shield it? No, they do not. Good night. Get out. Get out. Lapras comes back in. Do you want a Flash Cannon too, bro? Do you want a Flash Cannon? No, they don't, and they decide to throw the move. But I'm like, you know what, bro? Nah, you're getting the cannon, my boy. I had to settle for the Sky Attack, unfortunately. We just weren't going to get there. But the opponent probably thinks it's a cannon, and that's good enough for me, honestly, at this point. Um, I was just getting excited, bro. Like, I wanted to flash cannon everything. After landing one or two of them, I just wanted to land them on every single Pokemon here. And in comes the Escavalier, in comes our Whiscash, and we can just basically get a shield or two off the opponent here. They reach the moves in 7 and then 6 counters. We of course reach them in 5 and 4. So we'll just heavily outpace here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another Mud Bomb. So yeah, we'll be able to get this very low nonetheless, and the opponent won't be able to farm down here. Well, actually they probably could have, to be fair. They do decide to throw, so the opponent, they throw an Acid Spray, which is a funny one, and yep, here we go. Yeah, we just counter it down, beautiful. And in comes Lapras. We're going to go for the big Mega Horn, which is going to just absolutely send this back to hell. Back to hell, Lapras, you go. Are you guys tired of Lapras? Like, I'm pretty tired of it. And in comes another Lapras, guys, and like I said, that's a bad lead for us. Like, we're just swapping straight down into Skarmory, and in comes the Mirror Match. Now again, this is where Flash Cannon is so good. You guys are going to see here that the opponent actually got us down on health a little bit with the Lapras, but you know, we've got them into the yellow first, and that means that we can win this match. Now if it is a Brave Bird, it would do a decent amount of damage, so I decided to shield it up and go for switch. This will be the back-to-back Sky attacks, but at this point I can fire off back-to-back Sky attacks too. I'm not really willing to risk the Flash Cannon here, because that would risk a switch. And you know, either way, like, the opponent can shield this one, and we'll see what they were going to do. This is definitely the safer play. The opponent lets it go. I'm super happy to take switch, and the Lapras can come in and farm down. And this is where Escavalier just comes in and absolutely feasts on the big... What even is this Pokemon? Like, it's got like a turtle shell on its back, but it's... What even is that animal? I'm not sure. As we've seen before, we're going to outpace 5 and 4. The opponent has to get to 7 and 6. They do go for the shield, and the opponent's in a kind of rough spot here. Like, Escavalier just generally doesn't do well here. Again, like, we don't have to shield up the first one, but the counters are starting to get threatening here, so we definitely want to spam off a couple of moves here. If I can actually get a counter down, this would be perfect, because then we can maybe come out with a move on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm making this very, very risky here. 1, 2. Yeah, so that was not the play, guys. I think I needed to shield up my Whiscash, or not to double shield the Skarmory in that situation. Usually taking switch with Skarmory works super well, but I just didn't have enough health on Escav, so definitely a bit of a misplay there. But in comes an Escavalier, and they are not going to appreciate the Sky attack whatsoever. Look at that. The opponent's lucky I'm not running Brave Bird, because that was a Brave Bird and Dip right there. And here's the thing, guys, Drill Run. We don't care about Drill Runs, ladies and gents. We can just take that all day. Go for another Sky attack. And as you guys can tell, I'm very cheerful today. Like, I'm very happy with these battles, because Go Battle Day was just a complete nightmare, and to have these really good battles and just absolutely smash Pokemon with Flash Cannon, it was just kind of like the therapy that I needed. The opponent's going to go for a move here. You pretty much, like, almost save your shields for Escavalier, because this Pokemon's so glassy. I kind of overfarmed a little bit too much here, but at this point I'm sort of committing to getting like back-to-back moves here and kind of getting it out of here. I was tempted to undercharge this, but the opponent's actually shielding it, so I'm like, yes, let's go. And in comes a Ferrothorn. We go for the Threaten. Now, you're going to see me play this a little bit differently later on. Actually, in this situation, you need to throw the Mud Bomb, because look at this Drill Run damage, right? It almost takes them out. So if I get off a Mud Bomb there, that'll take them out. Do you know what I mean? And the opponent might be getting tempted to overfarm. The opponent's using Mirror Shot on me for some reason, and we've got the big Mega Horn. But you guys will see later on, if you use this exact team and that exact thing happens, right? Throw Mud Bombs at it straight away. Like, literally, even if it's a bad timing, throw it straight away, because the opponent knows, oh, I can eat this. This is fine. I'll just take this. And then you get to another Mud Bomb and you throw it straight away, and they're like, oh yeah, we're just eating Mud Bombs here. And then you come in with your Escavalier and you can actually take it out with a Drill Run, do you know what I mean? We're going to go for the Flash Cannon, ladies and gents. We're going to go for it on the big, bulky Macargo. That does so much damage. It done like 70%. We can actually flip this match now. That's the absolutely hilarious thing here. They go for Rock Tomb, we go for 1 and then throw. Good timing there. The most ideal timing would be throwing after 3, but we're just trying to get the moves off here before the opponent gets to another move. And in comes Lucario. They're doing a decent amount of damage. Can we get to the Sky attack? No, we cannot, unfortunately, but we can come in with Escavalier and just go on an absolute tear, investing a shield here in the process, and the opponent does go for a Power Punch, which is super unfortunate. They're going to get countered down, so they do go for another one here. As you can see, that boosted Power Punch actually does a decent amount of damage. The opponents get 2 shields at the very least. Oh yeah, we swap in here. This match is just rough. There's not much I can do here, unfortunately. The opponent's Acid... Oh, this is the match where the opponent... Okay. This should have been a loss, 100%. Guys, believe it or not, I actually win this match. I think the opponent, because this is the Team Rocket event, right? I think the opponent went out and caught a bunch of stuff and TM'd a bunch of stuff and built a Ferrothorn and run out of TMs, and for some reason only have Acid Spray, which is just unbelievable, honestly. Right again here, are they going to go for an Acid Spray? They go for another Acid Spray and we're just farming down. We were literally just farming this thing down. I could not believe how lucky this was. Can we get the farm down? We actually win that match. That's unreal. Definitely should have lost that one, but bad lead again. We'll swap in and then comes a Whiscash. So this is perfectly fine for Skarmory here. The opponent has to really threaten with the they can only really I can't speak. They can only really threaten with the Blizzard. They can only really flitten with the Blizzard, and they're going to go for a Mud Bomb. I call it. Nice little call there. And we're just going to build up a little bit more here. I know that this will just be a Mud Bomb, I think. Yeah, so we're happy enough just to eat this. And the opponent just wants to get a little bit of chip on us. And we'll see if they do want to fight for Switch here. Yep, they do want to fight for Switch, but little do they know that we've got another Sky Attack locked and loaded. And if you're the opponent here, like, yeah, you're such low health, you shouldn't have shielded in the first place. But it's kind of like you almost have to double shield at that point. But I think the opponent made the correct call. Not investing that second shield on the low health Whiscash. Surf comes through. And we're just going to go for a Drill Run before it gets to another Surf. Let's see if the opponent wants to shield this. They do not. The opponent's shielding decisions are very questionable, to say the least here. They're shielding like 30% health on Whiscash and not shielding that. The opponent top left, I think they realized, okay, I just messed this match up. It happens to the best of us, guys. Like, I do that sometimes where I just completely make a mess of matches. And I'm sure that's how the opponent felt. So the Frostlass is a tricky one here. Its counters are resisted on it. Avalanches do a decent amount of damage to Skarmory. Of course, Shadow Balls do as well. The opponent goes straight for the Shadow Ball as well. We fire off the Mud Bomb, but the opponent does decide to catch on something here. So let's see what this is. I'm kind of happy with this. Okay, it's their own Mud Boy. So we're going to come in here with our Skarmory. And we're just going to load up here, folks. The opponent did not build up to the Avalanche. Oh no, sorry, they did. They did go for the Blizzard, my bad. They did go for the Blizzard. But as you can see, we can tank that very comfortably. We're still, like, nicely comfortably in the yellow. It will not be too comfortable if they get off another one. I wonder, can we just about live to? No, probably not. So the opponent shields here, this is perfect. At this point, I'm like, okay, do you know what, bro? Blizzard me out of here. I'll come in, get a little bit of a farm down with my own Whiscash. And I'm honestly happy enough to lose Switch here at this point, because we can come in, get a little bit of extra energy, and in comes a Diggersby. So this could potentially be a problem. We're going to go for this Mud Bomb bait right here, because the opponent really do... Oh, that is a savage call by the opponent right there. Honestly, good call. And, you know, to be fair, like Diggersby, they can live that, no problem. We make a good call, and we're going to go for the bait for the second time around. We're basically committed to baiting here. The opponent does finally shield it, but can they reach the Earthquake? They do, I think, here. But we catch it on Escavalier, and we're just going to try to get off a Drill Run here. The opponent comes in with Frostlass again. I'm sort of happy just to get this out of here at this point. So Drill Run, good night, get out. And the opponent is going to be forced to throw. So this actually kind of worked out perfectly. Sometimes, like, you know, you think you've lost, but if you just try to do something, the opponent might mess it up, and the opponent definitely messed it up there. They were just so far in the driver's seat. I was just in the back, tied up in the boot, but I somehow escaped and, you know, took the wheel, and here we go. We're into the next matchup here. Lucario, and in comes a Charm, a Alolan Ninetales, and we're just going to meet that with Skarmory here. The opponent can go for Weather Balls, which will do a decent little chunk here, to be fair. Look at this. Just a nice little chunk, but, you know, I'll tell you what doesn't chunk. The big Flash Cannon does not chunk, ladies and gents. It just absolutely one-shots the Ninetales, and the opponent was always going to let that go, so I decided to go for it. And in comes the Walrein. Now, ladies and gents, the question is, can we... No, we're not going to go for it. I wanted to go for another one. I really was tempted to go for it, but we can still almost get off the Sky Attack. I can't remember, like, all of these battles. You guys might think the commentaries are funny sometimes, because it's like I'm, you know, moving one way and then I'm moving the next. It's like I don't know what's happening. It genuinely is, because I can't remember these battles. Like, you guys have to realize I do so many battles and it's so hard to remember each individual one. But in comes Lucario. At this moment in time, guys, we're just going to commit to the fast moves. So I'm not going to throw anything. There's absolutely no need. We both have 2 shields, and yeah, let's Lucario. Especially after that close combat, there's just nothing they can do. Their only hope there was that I clicked not a now by mistake. So unfortunately for them. And we go 3-2, and that's it right there as well. So like I said, guys, went super positive with this team. It was probably the most positive I've went with a team in this whole cup. So as you can see, we're climbing back up. Guys, I'm not even going to lie to you, like, I was in the low 2000s after Go Battle Day. Like, I just absolutely tanked elo like crazy, you know, between all of the disconnects, and then I started playing really badly because I was just getting super tilted and I was getting hard countered left and right. And then, you know, I just completely lost my cool and just, like I said, was very tilted, so it's kind of good to start climbing up again. And, you know, the really good thing for me is I noticed after tanking to this level again, I realized how much I've improved, which is an amazing thing. It's like sometimes you have to go back to sort of see where you came from, to sort of realize where you're at now. Even though I'm not quite where I want to be with these battles and everything, and my skills aren't quite up to par to like maybe make a full legend push early. Like, you see a lot of amazing battlers now, like a human catcher bug, home slice Henry, not Henry, home slice Henry. I'm British. I actually technically am British. I'm Northern Irish, but that's a different story for a different day. But you see all these amazing battlers nonetheless getting legend, and I just don't think I'm quite at that level just to go for a hard level, you know, hard legend push at this point in the season. But I'm hoping before the season ends, I'm gonna just keep studying the matchups in the game and try to improve my gameplay and eliminate as many faults and mistakes and bad calls, and just really try to understand everything perfectly. And I think at that point I'll be able to make a better push. I think one of the things I've done this season, which I sort of regret, but I don't really regret because it's for the content, which is honestly the most important thing to me here. I was using so many different spicy teams, so my starting elo was only about 2190. You know, I was using like just random stuff like Offitels and Nidoking, Nidoqueen, Ariados, like triple debuff teams, like triple bug teams, all this random stuff that you wouldn't even think of. Like, I was using a Color Cup team in the Open Great League at a certain point, so I sort of regret that because I feel like if you get a good elo at the start, it's easier to sort of stay up there and climb up a little bit more. But if you're fighting for elo from the very beginning in the 2000s, you've just a lot more to deal with. And in comes a Mawile here. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, lock up your wives here because we're going for the flash cannon, and it lands, and we don't even have to shield this. We just absolutely destroyed this little fire thing, this fire fang open mouth on the back cactus plant thing. I have no idea what the hell that is, but we absolutely nuke it, and in comes the Marsh Stomp. At this point I'm happy enough. I think it's a very positive matchup. I looked it up on PvPoke afterwards. The best matchup here is with, believe it or not, Escavalier. Escavalier has a super positive matchup against this thing, and they swap out, and we're just going to go for a mud bomb here. This is a bomb snow, is it? Yeah, so I made a complete mess there. Sometimes, guys, what I will do is if I'm not sure what's came in, or I'm not sure what to do, I'll just throw my move just to give myself a second to think. That's a bad habit that I've got. So I need to sort of eliminate that from my gameplay a little bit, because not only did I waste all my energy, but the Abomasnow got me super low, and their Pokemon in the back still has energy as well, as you're seeing here. So this match is getting close. Like, this match is getting closer than it needs to be. The opponent's gonna go for a Mud Bomb. They're gonna go for the back-to-back Mud Bombs here, and bro, like, am I gonna lose this match of 1, 2, 3, 4? The opponent was 5 off. They were on their 5 cycle. So lucky, bro. Super, super lucky. That just goes to show you, like, just managing things a little bit. I think it's just because you have so much pressure on you. You see your health just dwindling like crazy. So you're like, oh, I need to press a button here. And yeah, at that point, I was feeling pretty lucky to win that match. So this is a really interesting matchup right here. It's Hippowdon. This is my first time ever playing against Hippowdon with Skarmory, and I think I made a bit of a misplay. They go for Weather Ball here, and I just go for the big flash cannon of all flash cannons. But will it land, folks? No, of course not. This thing shields up everything, guys, so go for straight Sky Attack. You can get off 2 Sky Attacks against this thing, as you've seen there. Like, I just about didn't get it off because the move registered just before I could click it. So you can get off 2 Sky Attacks. Pretty much like 1 Sky Attack plus Air Slashes will take it out. So if you get this Pokemon, just go straight for it. The Earth Power does a decent amount of damage, but at the very least here we're up a shield, and this Mud Bomb should almost, or maybe just about take out this, but yeah, so like, this Pokemon is so classy. It's definitely a Pokemon that I do want to try, and they come in with their own Whiscash. At this point here, I think I do shield up, yeah. I need to sort of do something with this Whiscash. I can't let it get onto my my Escavalier. I decided to go for a bait right here as well, hoping to get a shield, and at this point I just swap straight out. I'm like, oh, this is so rough. The opponent makes a terrible play and swaps into Lucario. This is about the worst thing you can do. It's like, oh, you swap, so I'll swap. Again, like, you're in bad matchups sometimes, and if you just do something, so the opponents are likely to mess up. So I can just farm this the whole way down. There's the close combat, and we can get off and move against this thing, which is beautiful. On the CMP tie as well, you literally could not, like, I could not have asked for anything more perfect. Now what the opponent should try, okay, so yeah, they're literally on like 0 health. Yeah, so there's just nothing they can do there. So you can see situations where like, it looks like you've dead lost, right? And you just do something, like don't just sit there and just be like, oh, well, I've just lost this match. If you try to do something, there's a chance the opponent will make a mistake, because it's not all like, you know, straightforward, and you know, it's pretty 50-50 sometimes if people make the right calls. And in comes a blue Gliscor. In comes a blue Gliscor. We can eat anything off this thing, basically. Will we go for the flash cannon, ladies and gents? We're charging up the flash cannon. Will it land? Yes, it does, ladies and gents. Look how much damage it does. To be fair, I thought it would take straight out. So this might be like a pretty good IV Gliscor. And we can actually take switch off this thing. I think this is supposed to be a negative matchup. And we even get a Sky Attack off against the Lapras. If the opponent was not counting correctly, yeah, they probably weren't. And they thought, oh my goodness, another flash cannon. So, yeah, that flash cannon just puts in so much work. Of course, Brave Bird's good in like normal scenarios. The opponent goes for a Skull Bash, which is an interesting play to say the least. I guess they wanted to rise their defense. I don't know what that was all about. Surf is definitely the way to go here. They just expended a ton of energy, but yeah, like Flash Cannon is just so unexpected, and it really catches people off guard. You know, like Brave Bird is kind of hard to go for. I decide not to get my Escavalier taken out, simul KO'd, and in comes a Fairthorn. So this is what you guys are going to see right here, right? I'm like, I've got a move stored on my Pokemon. I just need to keep chipping this thing a little bit. I'm throwing in bad timing and everything here, because I know I'll win CMP. I just need to like get this down low enough, and at this point it's like, okay, Fairthorn, you've messed up here, bro. You're not going to win CMP on my Escavalier. Power Whip goes through, and we'll just CMP tie it. Thankfully, my CMP button's working today. I wasn't so fortunate yesterday there, but GG's right there. I think in this particular set, I actually did, that was a 5-0 set, by the way. It just completely, I just under-edited that, but it was a 5-0 set. And one of the matches, I accidentally didn't record it, and I absolutely nuked another Mawile. But nobody is expecting this, and as you can see, like, Skarmory is just doing so well against the fire types. Pretty much from this range, one Sky Attack will take out guys. Like, this thing is super effective, and I mess up so badly right there. I let it farm me down. I don't know what I was doing. To be honest, I remember at the time thinking, like, why did I not get that Sky Attack off? I completely messed up. But we can take this out here. We, you know, have to take that Earth Power right there, and we can take it out. In comes a Bomb Snow. We'll bring in our counter, and we basically just have to win this match one way or another here. Waterfall and Empoleon can be a little bit hard to deal with, but as you can see here, like, we're just chunking through it, but the opponent is chunking us down too, so we have to shield up here. And yeah, the opponent's gonna throw off a Hydro Cannon. Can we still do this? Yes, we can. And we're gonna go for the big Mega Horn. The big Mega Horn will just take out the Abomasnow. Ladies and gentlemen, the big Mega Horn goes through, and we got the little lag to signify that we won the match. So very, very nice right there. Even though we did make some mistakes, we still managed to come out with the win there. And as you can see now, we're up to about 2200 again. So definitely made a decent bit of a climb. Guys, I think I might have been like low 2000s. I might even have dipped below it at a certain point. And we get a good lead here. We've actually had a ton of bad leads, but Gliscor here is a hard Pokemon for us to deal with. So we go into Skarmory, just sort of hoping, like, please don't get a boost, please don't get a boost. The opponent does not get a boost, so I'm like, okay, we can maybe deal with this. The opponent goes for another one. I'm like, please no, not the boost, anything but the boost. The opponent does not get a boost yet again, folks. So we're going to go for a Sky Attack, see what the opponent wants to do. So the good thing in here at least is we can get shields off the opponent. Like, we can eat several Sky Attacks, and the opponent is going to go for yet another one. Please do not get the boost. If they got the boost, they would definitely shield it. I just need to get this Pokemon out of here. So boom, we go for another Sky Attack. The opponent actually swaps out, and this is like, okay, thank you so much, bro. Like, you literally just threw the game right there. We actually go for an undercharge here as well, which is a little bit cheeky, and get a nice little farm down. Just to make sure that we have enough energy just to kind of, I think a Mud Bomb would even take out the Gliscor at that range. And yeah, I'm just going for the full farm down. I think I'm getting over 100 energy here. We're just going for the full farm down at this point. So at this point, I think I am tempted just to spam a move, because I'm not sure if the Gliscor is actually out of move, but I actually have a move myself. And I actually hit the Blizzard by mistake, guys. It's so bad, folks. It's just so bad. It is, like, there's only one way to say it, and it's just so bad. But lucky enough here, like, we won the match with Skarmory, and we're getting away with it here, like. But yeah, I'm definitely making this match in particular a little bit closer than it had to be. I think in this set I went 2 out of 5 in the last set, and I think I had just lost 3 games in a row. or maybe even like, yeah, 3 games in a row I lost, so it might have been like a little bit tilted at that point. I definitely noticed that I do play a little bit worse. But there we go, guys, we're back into the 2200s again. I think I gained about 200 elo with this team, or close to. So definitely give it a try, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, drop a like, drop a sub, let me know how you guys are enjoying the Mountain Cup and the Team Rocket event, and you can see like that was all of our battles here at the very end. Thank you everybody so much for the support in the videos, much love, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you all next time.